So here I'm working on the finishing touches of this here swap. The air conditioning. I gotta figure out this Bosch 2-wire alternator. I guess a lot of guys saying if you just leave it disconnected, it automatically defaults to 13.7 volts because it uses some kind of like pulse width modulator to regulate the voltage. So we'll see how that works. If not, I'll just swap back to a earlier style 4-pin alternator. I got my little helper out here. Oh, he's staring at probably the ghost. Weird stuff happens in this house since we moved in, but that's another story. Word for the wise. I use these aftermarket, it's supposed to be direct bolt-in motor mounts, and it wasn't too terrible getting everything lined up. The only thing I don't like is with the shroud in place, the engine sits like an inch lower. Maybe it's because the mounts were worn and I should have used my head and replaced them while I had everything apart, but I didn't. So I just simply notched the bottom of the shroud out so the fan wouldn't hit. What you staring at, Ray? He's getting big. He just turned 5 months. I'm a little helper. Say hello to my subscribers, Ray. He's more preoccupied with his foot. Anyways, people are debating why I didn't go EFI because I prefer carburetor. And my good friend John down in the Carolinas, who goes by Olds Motion on Facebook, rebuilt me this Quadrajet. Actually rebuilt nothing. He completely refurbished it. I guess the core was off a 79 403 or one of them years. Just tidying up the wiring now. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna run my main purple. That's my starter wire. I was gonna run it up the back through the factory tube. You know, they give me this factory tube, you know, which protects obviously the wiring from the heat of the exhaust, but it was too close to the passenger side manifold. So I'm just gonna run it up to the front, probably over and then into the harness after I lume it and make sure it's nice and secure and not impeded by heat or whatnot. What else? Transmissions, Turbo 700. Bolt right up, obviously, just like in thousands of other videos. I had to use the cock ring, I call it, basically the converter adapter, because this is a later 6-liter with a dished flex plate. So it's pretty cut and dry. I'm using early F-body exhaust manifolds. I mean, it's not a race truck by any stretch of the imagination. But I mean, I just wanted a little more giddy up and go. Obviously, I got the 6014 up front here. My fuel pressure regulator. Probably going to set it to about 4.5 psi. Quadrajets typically don't need much more than that. And then the factory TBI fuel system is just simply, you know, your 3/8 in, 5/16 out. And I use this Wix filter. I think it was for like an old AMC or something with a return. You getting sleepy, buddy? He's been up for a couple hours. We're letting Mama sleep in. He's over there talking away. So, radiator, I'm using factory Suburban radiator, single row, I think it was. I tried using the heavy duty one, but it just wouldn't fit in the mounts. So for what I'm doing, I'm really not going to do any towing with it. It'll be perfectly fine. Power steering hoses, returns just bulk hose. This was a Hydro Boost unit, so I just plugged off the extra. What? I'm not paying attention to them. You guys know how it is. Pressure hose is a factory square body hose. I'm not paying attention to him, so he wants to start squawking. Oh, think. I'm using the LS style, you know, upper radiator hose, which will be perfect, but I cut up a lower hose for a 90 square body and it doesn't work, surprisingly. Hey. I'm not paying attention to you, so you want to be funny. So I ordered a lower hose for like a 99 throw 6 Silverado. I just got to trim it up a bit. I'm almost done. Other than a couple of little this and that, so I'll get it going and make up an exhaust system. Alrighty, you guys take care.